Cheers to all you bright, smiley people on this wonderful Friday. It's Friday, baby. No more bullshit for me anymore. Feeling strong like bull. Strong like a bull because it's Friday. I've got myself a can of the good stuff. And I'm ready to sit the fuck down and chill and take it easy and read some of your glorious passions and pastimes and events that have occurred in your World of Warcraft life. We've got some RP, which I always love. A bit of RP, some RP stories, some involving some big, large, overweight roommates. Oh, and the revenge we might take. In fact, I'm playing it by ear at the moment. Fun fact, I am expecting a guest any minute who could only attend my home now. Like, right now. She's actually 15 minutes late. And she works for Blizzard. She works for Blizzard as a GM. She's coming here. I won't be able to talk to her because I'm doing Drama Friday. Oh, only waited like 6 months to meet face to face. Won't be able to say hello. Isn't that awesome? So you can expect at some point Ben to go absolutely crazy. And downstairs, 2 meters from me, will be a GM of Blizzard, and I will be able to speak to her. I don't think she'll come on air. That would be weird. That would be weird. Nonetheless, today is Drama Friday. As it is Drama Friday, I decided to torture myself by doing too many LFRs, because it's ranged week next week. We're going to be looking at Ellie Shamans, Mages, Warlocks, all 3 specs, Hunters, Shadow Priests, Balanced Druids, all this kind of good and squishy stuff that you guys have been waiting for me to talk about. I'm going to do it. As such, I had to film every single one of those classes and specs inside the LFR today. What a joyous occasion. What a joyous occasion. Nothing wrong can happen there. And it was great. I had good fun. I actually really enjoyed the Elemental Shaman. Weird, right? Weird. One of those kind of days. Not the Hunters. Not the Hunters. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I did have fun on my Ellie Shaman. I actually did 70k DPS with agility gear. I'm not quite sure how that works. I went I don't know. Weird, but it was fun. It was great fun. I'm going to kick off with a wonderful tale entitled It's Game Night, Honey, Now Make Me a Sandwich. Because when I read that title, I knew that only goodness, purity, and good old-fashioned balance in a relationship can come from a title like that. Yeah. It's just going to work. It's going to be just a sound. It's probably going to be a happy tale. A happy tale? Totally sexist. I'm in. Sexism? Yes. So we're going to have some people in the story. Now, these people haven't been listed. I do like it when you when you tell me a drama story. You send one to drama@preachgaming.com if you want to do that. Send me a story. If you just let me know who's in the story at the top, like a key, makes my life a little bit easier. But we will find out along the way. I just want to point out that the best part of this story for me was this little snippet that came at the beginning of it. Now, I don't know if this is true, but those of you who aren't reading stories and doing a show, if you could Google this and check if it's true and find me a source, moi. First off, before I start, I wondered if you had seen the interview in GQ, that's a magazine, you know, them old things we had before iPads and phones and the internet, with Henry Cavill from Man of Steel, saying that he didn't pick up the phone, asking him to be Superman, to confirm he was Superman, because he was raiding. And you just can't stop raiding to answer the phone. I want to find out if that is correct. On paper? I can't raid in the kitchen. I want to know if that is true. I would love to know if that is true. Okay? I would love to know if that is true. If someone could research that, it's Henry Cavill. Well, if you could find that out. And please, before you post the link, please ask one of the mods if it's okay. Otherwise, you'll get banned. I don't want you to do that. Game night, honey. Now make me a sandwich. Much more common than you would imagine in my university days with my large Yorkshire friend. Do we have anyone in the chat who is a large Yorkshire person? I haven't seen him, but I'm just going to point out that generally we do. Kappa kappa. A large Yorkshire friend raiding alongside his American lodger. Oh, okay, you're not all from Yorkshire. You're just liars now. Yeah, Vanish is from Yorkshire. That's who I was talking. Look at all you guys. I'm from Yorkshire. I'm a big fat guy from Yorkshire. Look at everybody, I'm desperate to be the big guy from London. How large? Can we get some sort of numbers, Sister Fry Panda? Can I get some sort of relative size that I'm going for here? Basically, he was a squatter. our Yorkshire friend is a squatter. He doesn't pay his bills. He eats all the food. He eats his rent money. Okay, he eats his rent money. But he plays WoW, so it's kind of okay. I'll put up with some shit as long as I've got a guy to play WoW with. Who was, alas, your stereotype nerd? He barely made eye contact, spoke in a soft whisper. Okay, he was basically Napoleon Dynamite in every possible way, except he was a really good druid tank. Hey! Can be ugly as you want. Do whatever you want if you can be really good. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Oh, you've got a giant thing hanging out the side of your face. You never blow your nose? It's fine. Tank a dungeon for me, and we'll call it even Stevens. If you just want to tank a little dungeon for me, it's fine. I don't care if you're literally stuck to your keyboard from grease, hand sweat. It's fine. Tank a dungeon for me. Tank a 5-man. In the Burning Crusade. Oh yes, one of those rare players who inhabited the best ally guild on Dentarg. German realm? Sounds German. Dentarg. As a druid tank. He was really good. He was really good. Anyway, we lived with another player. Who's into anime? Who is it? Notepad's not open? How can I do the show without Notepad? Who's into anime? I'm going to pick Banboss. Banboss, you can be into anime. We lived with another player called Banboss, who essentially had a cheesy anime nerdcore names for all his characters, such as Ice Core, his mage, Demonic Power, his warlock, Elthora, the explorer, and he never saw why it was funny that we mocked him for that. And the three of them kind of acted like the triumvirate of Rome, way back when Caesar was stabbed. We have the American antisocial uber nerd, who for this purposes, there's a lot of Roman references in him, like Octavian, kind of weedy, kind of young, and forgettable. Oh, that's one of those horrific things you can say about anybody. Do you know what I like about you? What? You're completely forgettable. I don't think there is anything sadder in the universe than that. My God, that crushes my entire world. You're such a forgettable person. Wow. Wow. That's horrible. That is disgusting. But ultimately, he pimp stomped the other two players. We have my best friend who was pretty skilled, played a good mage, priest and druid, and introduced me to the game and got me all excited to play and promptly quit when I was about level 30. He was like Mark Antony, whose fairly poor bedroom choices kind of spelled his doom from the game. Honestly, do not hook up with guildies. A little bit of wise words there. A little bit of wise words. Don't hook up with guildies. Unless you're going to marry them. Why were you not around, Preach, to tell him this 5 years ago? I don't know, man. I was a bit of a jerk 5 years ago. I probably would have told you to go for it and slap her one right in the back doors. That's what I would have said. It could have saved me so much trouble, he'd probably still play. Then time. The failed mage, who for historical purposes is like what a well-known general who occupied the third position in Rome's Devil's Three-Way. Okay, so the mage is like a Devil's Three-Way. Oh, his name was Time. Who's going to be Time? Oh, I know what you tried to type there. Okay, that's Banboss. Apparently you're involved in the Devil's Three-Way. Didn't quite go as I expected. Didn't quite go as expected. Sorry, Banboss. You had a 3-way. With 2 men. Hey, whatever's your poison. Whatever's your poison. Anyway, while I was leveling my first toon and basically failed to do anything right, my friend... Oh my God, I've used so many references. This is really hard now. Alright, who's going to be the mage? This will make my life easier. Mage. Who's going to be the mage? Who's a mage? Alright, Ultimate Bacon. Ultimate Bacon! I love that name. Super Ultimate Bacon. Okay, Ultimate Bacon's the mage. My friend, Ultimate Bacon, sits on my bed and watches me go through an SM run while we were being boosted. I had no idea what a boost was. Hey, you want to come to SM and get boosted? Sure. I have no idea what that means. But sure, I'll come along. I'll come along. And my friend, Ultimate Bacon, is going to watch. Don't worry about it. We like an observer. I had no idea what a booster was, and not really understanding the mechanics of the game or knowing what to expect, I decided the best thing to do was to blink into the monastery cathedral before the tank. Ha! If in doubt, blink into a load of things, right? Are you with me, mages? Are you with me? Tank not pulling quick enough? Blink! Just blink into shit all the time. Just blink around the fucking room like a pole. Just get over there. Get going. You'll have to do something then. I think that's the common sense thing, the common sense approach in most LFRs. If nobody's doing anything, just pull and see who's awake. Hope for the best. Just blink into stuff. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. No problems. Pulled everything, wiped the whole group. Caps lock text appeared on my screen. What the fuck? FFSWTFAREYOUDOING! Exclamation mark to the 4th power. How the hell did you get to level 30? With blinks like that, how did you level? Because it's a direct correlation. If you blink like that, how did you level? I don't understand. I don't get it. I was genuinely upset. I didn't know what I had done. I didn't know what a boost was. I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea why that I had actually caused this wipe. Oh, to be a noob again. What are you talking about? I always press blink. It's like that Typhoon in Druid, isn't it? What do you mean I'm doing it wrong? Typhoon! What do you mean Typhoon's not a good spell? I always press Typhoon! What are you on about? I always press blink. It's never killed me before. What are you crazy? Crazy. I don't run. I'm a mage. I actually just wait for blink to be off cooldown. And off I go. I don't even move. I don't even press the keyboard. Blink's not off cooldown. I'm staying still. Staying still. Blink. That's how I move. I was genuinely upset. I didn't know what I'd done. I didn't know what a boost was. I'd got to level 30 by doing quests, one by one, and looking at Wowhead when I was stuck. Get Thoughtbot. As such, this was the first time I'd been in game yelled at, and I felt really bad about it. My best mate, Mr. Bacon, laughed his substantial ass off and offered such consoling words like, "Ha ha ha, you suck." You know, as guys do to offer support in the face of adversity. Well played, Bacon. Needless to say, I was angry, and I waited. I was biding my time. Oh yes. They think they're great, do they? Not offering me help at level 30? Next raid I watched calmly. Lady Vash. Pulled. The antisocial genius tactician is the main tank, and he charges in bear style. Ban boss charges the boss, and I turn the power off in the house. I actually think that's genius. I actually think that's completely genius. I actually think that is brilliant. Wait for it, and gadoosh. Oh, who sucks now? Who sucks now? Because that's not just turning the PC off. That's the router, it's the internet, it's the hub, it's everything. It's too far, man. You went too far. And Lady Bash of all things, that's not funny. That's not funny. It is kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I love that. Am I mean? Of course I am, but hey, 3/4 cat players, 3 out of 4 of the players in the house are cats, and all they could offer me is laughter and useless advice about women. Seriously though, dude, you should just do her is not appropriate advice, especially for me. Not only was I inexperienced with women, but I'm a Christian. I have no idea where this story just went. What the fuck? I thought this was because of Scarlet Monastery. Now the truth comes out. Now the truth comes out. What? I don't know where that went. I just went totally like, kadoosh. Oh, you tripped me up in SM? Well, that'll teach you for telling me bad things about women. Oh, wow. Sensing a little bit of underlying tension there. to the skies. Just went full retard. Just went full retard. I love it. I fucking love it. I love it when the cracks start to show. The cracks start to show. The turning off of the power went down a treat. Did it? Although the Uber Druid tank, Ban Boss, could barely muster a sigh of disdain as his response. The forgettable third member, Ultimate Bacon, was raging, and I had a bit of a giggle. Yeah. Serves you right for not helping me level. Or helping you with women. Anyway, a Karazhan run I sat to watch with my friend's guild had my best mate as a main healer, GM. And Bacon as some vague character. Why are you so harsh on this guy? Why is he? He's forgettable, he's vague, he's just like a fart in the jacuzzi. It's like this guy barely exists in your life. He pops up like 7 times and it's like he doesn't exist. All these descriptions are so horrific. They're so bad. They're so fucking bad. He's so Team 2. Hey, he's that guy from Team 2. What's his name? I have no idea, but I know he's in Team 2. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. He's so vague. He's vague. He's rubbish. I fucking don't even remember him. Prince Malchazar went down and a helm they both needed dropped. I'm pretty sure that Bacon was off spec. But how would you remember, right? You know, I barely know who he is. But he won the role and my friend, even as Loot Master, gave it to him. Why, I asked. I wonder if Ghost would agree with me on this. Really? Ghost is your defense? You've done goofed when Ghost is your defense. Okay, I'm just putting anything out there. If you're turning to Ghost to back you up, you done goofed. Especially when it concerns loot. Especially when it concerns loot. Alright? Especially when it concerns loot. Mate, you need it and you're the Loot Master. That's the Ghost defense, right? I'm pulling the Ghost defense. I was the Loot Master. So, technically I'm doing all the work in the entire raid. Alright? I'm the one with all the responsibility because I'm the Loot Master. Okay? That's the Ghost defense in a nutshell. In an absolute nutshell. I was the Loot Master, so you should get it. Gotta get it. Apparently, Bacon would have moaned and made a big deal of this. And seeing as we were all on the same course and living in the same house, figured, why bother? So I finally got closer to capping when Wrath comes out. My friend has now quit the game and spent several evenings inebriated on my floor while I gamed. Sounds lovely. That sounds delicious. Asking him for advice when essentially he belched out, just do her. And moaning that he didn't care about why, and why am I still playing that awful game. Just as anybody who quits the game will tell you, if they quit the game, it's because the game fucking sucks. And you're a piece of shit for playing that game because it's awful. Because I quit the game and I decide all the best games. So you shit. Oh, Ban Boss, the Uber Druid, had moved away. Which of course got me into after a long process of explaining all the lore from Warcraft 2. Which of course he got me into. Now as to pique my interest, friends had left me. I managed to sit in his old guild while running through level 70 Hellfire Citadel. Shattered Halls maybe? You would be correct. Ban Boss had agreed to tank. Oh, he's moved out. Ban Boss has moved out, but he's still playing. Ban Boss has moved out, but he's still playing. He'd agreed to tank, and it was me and another member of my best mate's old guild. He was not very good. Neither was I. That sounds really good. 2 bad players in Shattered Halls. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's going to end well. It's going to end well. Ban Boss chain pulled everything. Lord, has he master tanked the place? As a druid in TBC? Come on. Swipe spam? Get over yourself. You suck. The healer just ran after him healing. Good. While me and this other guy went, and just DPS like scrubs. After the run, the other guild members invited Ban Boss to join my best mate's now fading guild. Please be our MT for Wrath raiding. Please. I kid you not. I assume that the good lady is here. It's cold in my shadow. Ghost is somebody using the ghost defense. The ghost defense. I kid you not. Band Boss immediately phoned my best mate from Murica to laugh down the phone that one of your noob guildies just tried to invite me to their guild. It gave me a chuckle, especially because to me he really was amazing. Just terrible socially. You just need to dig this guy so much. He's just so terrible socially. He once didn't respond to a question I asked, up in his face for like 5 minutes because he was raiding. Sounds like a good player to me. Sounds like a good player to me. If he's raiding, don't ask questions, right? If somebody is raiding, leave them in their cocoon. Leave them there to settle. He's raiding. Okay, and tanking in the Burning Crusade. It's kind of a big deal. You're a noob. You don't really get it. Shut up. Shut up. If only I understood at the time is the next line. Correct. However, living with your guild and former GM while he's drinking and angrily hating the game, you're really trying to do your best but are getting yelled at for not gemming gear? Seriously, I thought, what's a gem and how do I get one? Aww. Not understanding tank swaps. What? So I leave? He thought a tank swap was to leave the dungeon. This is a tank swap fight. Hearthstone. Okay, I guess we're swapping tanks then. I'll just leave. Just leave. I had never even considered that a tank swap fight could even be considered as I should leave the dungeon. Do you know this is a tank swap fight? Okay, seems kind of weird though, but I'm out of it. This scrubdubbery continued long after university. Bandboss continued to pwn face. Bacon continued to fail and then quit the game, and I was left. Recently capping my second tune to the face of the dangers of the frozen north on my own. So what do I need? What DPS do I need for Mighty Archivon, you might ask? Seriously, I was excited. I got into a raid. Archivon was your first raid. That's really sad. Man. Sadly, we wiped. After doing something like 1k damage, I was kicked from the group. Oh, kicked from Archivon. Again, I was sad. My first raid, kicked. Kicked from my first raid, and it was Archivon. And the only advice from my friend was stop playing WoW. I think it was something about not valuing things like slice and dice. Oh, you were a rogue. Well, that explains everything. I never used slice and dice on my rogue at all. I didn't use poisons. Well, essentially, standing in the spikes a lot. No poisons, no slice and dice. We're good to go. We're good to go. So much rage. I do feel the internet promotes very bad social behaviour in people. You can rage and abuse all you want online. I wonder how many younger players take this attitude into RL and get punched. A little bit of something's a food for thought there. I bet he stayed stealth. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. So I'm left IRL friendless in game, which is occasionally a bit depressing. But I just can't convince anyone I know to play. Perhaps if they didn't all hate Kung Fu Panda style gaming. Am I right? Oh well. So I'm leveling a mage, an undead mage at this time. All my mates were alliance and I wanted to horde, so I went undead and capped my mage about Christmas time this year. I'm on essentially the deadest server in existence. Korgal EU has no one. No one at all. I kid you not. If one girl hadn't been there at some point to even vaguely spark some interest in a top 100 guild, the server would have been shut down. Anybody on Korgal? Anybody? Anybody on Korgal? You got a tune on Korgal? Is it that bad? Is it horrendous? Is it the worst? Server pop equals 1. Checks the auction house. Empty. Oh man. No, it's only your auction that's up there. You mentioned before how LFR and such does not help potential tanks. It also does not help DPSs except for testing out how hard they can hit. And while this is important, if you can't move away, moving to recognised mob swaps, or being chained together with Jasper stuff, which is funnily more orange, but hey ho, you die, and your DPS means nothing. and you're in blues, Spectres fire, and you go, but where's my DPS? The training dummy said it was good. The forums said go fire. Pros go fire. Go fire. I went fire. I died on every boss up to the Spirit Kings. Oh, God. Where we called my first ever raid night. Fire. The forum said fire. No, he went on a raid night. He went on a raid night. My girlfriend called and, well, I didn't have it in me to say, it's game night, honey. Get me a sandwich. So I finished the raid. I didn't tell the guild real reasons why I left. I think work with the reasons, and well, it kind of was. I did have stuff to do for work, but hey. The next day I logged in, and I met with what looked like a raging guild argument. Threats, killing, and hatred. And I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? I will kill you, is the first response. And IRL, I'm going, This goes on for some minutes, with everything I say met with some kind of angry attack, which I can at no point fathom or understand. I decide, because I don't want to lose my poor temper, to message the GM and complain about the hostile messages and the unfriendly attitude of the guild. I will send a letter. This is what I shall do. I am not agreeing with this. I shall send a letter. So dapper. So dapper. I said it wasn't my fault I had to leave, and I had pre-warned them that I would try my best, but I couldn't give hardcore attendance hours. And then I G-quit. Quickly. In-game mail. Taking it seriously. And then I G-quit. I sent my letter and G-quit. Apparently, this happens a lot, and it is no way directed at me. They just rage for no reason. And at one point, one of them said it was his way of saying hello. Was it Ghost? Was it Ghost? I can understand raging at me for doing 1k DPS as a rogue. I can understand rage for not tank swapping on Ultraxian 10-man when I so confidently said, yes, I can tank this. I can understand rage for no gems, but raging at me for nothing? It was like a guild initiation. Does it happen? Yes, it does happen. Yes, it does happen. I could understand it from an RP perspective, but this? Oh. I'm still playing, but one day I may get my IRL friends to play. And good grief, please, don't let me do that. I may have to go and play Conan for my IRL friends. Yeah, rage is a common thing, man. It's a sad story. It's a sad, sad tale. It's a sad tale. It was sadder than I expected it to be. It is a sad, sad tale. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm alright. I'm alright. Uninstalled. I'm playing Age of Conan. Fuck you guys. I'm playing Age of Conan. I'm sick of this. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Oh. Right. I have a blood elf wife and I must scream. A drama tale from a role-playing server. And you know it's going to be good when it's from a role-playing server. Greetings, preacher. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I have. I sure did by ignoring my homework because I was busy playing WoW. Success. I recently stumbled across your channel and someone linked me to your WoW retrospective. Good shit. I can't wait for your next episode out. Good stuff. Mop has improved a lot for me. There is nothing more cozy than slowly leveling my ass to 90 in the beautiful Pandaria while listening to your drama time stories playing in the background. A lot of them contains sure contains a lot of drama. However, I think your guys should at least hear the realm-wide drama I caused back in 2007 on a role-playing PvP server shortly after the launch of the Burning Crusade. Chapter 1. Always know your realm first. Realm-wide drama. We're having somebody admit something to us today. He's admitting to us a story of badness. Chapter 1. I've always been curious to try out WoW, but never really had my own computer or money to start playing since I was just a poor child enjoying his Nintendo back then. Good man. I couldn't really ask for more. Then I turned 14 and got my own computer to discover a whole new world of games. I was excited and recently discovered that WoW had an expansion pack. My birthday came up and I did the childish noob mistake of only getting the Burning Crusade instead of core WoW. That is the worst birthday ever. That is the worst birthday ever. My Burning Crusade here. Install. You must have WoW. At 14? Oh man. That is the worst day ever. That is like new PC day where the motherboard doesn't arrive. That is tragic. I quickly fixed my mistake by running down to the local video game store to buy Vanilla WoW, which didn't really cost much at this point. Yay! I installed the whole thing and now I was ready to play WoW. The game suggested me to start on one of the newly started RP PvP servers. Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. You know what you should do? You should play the RP PvP realms. Troll Blizzard. Blizzard be trolling, man. They be trolling so fucking hard. That is awesome. I didn't really understand the meaning of PvE, PvP, and RP. So I said, sure, let's do it. I don't know what any of these letters means. Let's go. Good times, good time. I'd watched some PvP videos of this legendary undead rogue that we all know by the name of Grim. Hail Grim. I decided quickly that's what I'm going to play as. I started my undead rogue and ran my rotten ass out of the tomb to start immediately on questing. This is where something odd started to happen. I saw an undead mage sitting atop his epic mount having a chat with someone I can't really remember. Another forgettable person. I told him I was new and if he could share some tips. Begone, you filthy rogue! Sounds like a pirate. It's written in pirate speak. Go back and help out Brill. Your undead mage friend's doing it wrong, man. He's RPing all wrong, man. He's an RPing pirate mage. That doesn't work. Begone, you filthy rogue. What the fuck, I asked him. What the fuck? Can you imagine he started it? You don't know what RP is. What? He was at least kind to send me a whisper explaining I was supposed to do roleplay. Oh. I see. This game is kind of involved, right? My first playing WoW, I don't remember any of this. Where's this parrot? Oh, why is there no in-game parrots for shoulders? Even if it was just a shoulders with a parrot on it, I would buy that immediately. That transmog, that'd be fucking legit. Someone get on that. I think this is where most players say fuck it and switch to a new realm since they are only around level 10 or so. But I continued on. I was in love with my undead rogue. Many days of questing and exploring Azeroth went by until I ran into a kind guild that helped me. Oh, the days of pre-guild macros. This guy got several levels and explored the world before he got invited to a guild. That actually makes me really kind of happy for you. Like, genuinely. Genuinely happy. Did you see in the video, which video was it? The vanilla video? I think it was in the first part of the vanilla video. I couldn't even get past the first intro cutscene without being invited to a guild. My god. I ran into a kind guild that helped me with the game and explained that role-playing element to me. They also told me where everyone would hang out to do roleplay. I fell in love with the guild fast because of all my... Oh, I became loved by the guild fast because of all my devotion towards them. What did you RP as? Like a hooker? What kind of devotion were you giving this guild? What roleplay character did you come up with? I've got to wonder. Like a sex slave? And I suddenly gained the power to recruit new guild members. Oh, it was a really good guild that you joined. Nice. Instant officer status. Great guild. We're going to do well, guys. We're going to do well. If any of you ever get invited to a guild and suddenly you can invite people, just leave. just leave. Get out of there. It was fantastic. Thanks to my guild, I found the role-playing hub everyone was hanging out in. It was the Blood Elf capital, Silvermoon City. It was quite odd. Everyone would settle down there to enjoy some beverages. I mean, the city is beautiful. But the Scourge is right outside, fucking shit up. I couldn't really take it seriously, but I wanted to try role-playing with my guild. But it died for me fast, and I started to amuse myself by throwing distract bombs in stealth. People would always come up with hilarious in-game character comments. I'm bored. I'm just going to distract everybody. I'm not really buying into this whole RP thing. I'm just going to throw this around. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Weeks later, playing WoW, I met a sweet girl who actually didn't live that too far away from me IRL. We never talked about hanging out since there was a huge age gap between us both. Cougar. However, we were still good friends in WoW. She actually made role-playing fun of me. What does that involve? Am I the only one who feels that's kind of slimy? I mean, if I was to, if role-playing fun of you is like a substance, it feels sticky. It doesn't feel nice. I'm not sure I'm down with that. I don't think I'm comfortable. She seemed very experienced and fascinated by role-playing. So I got her into our guild where we all introduced her with our warm hearts. She's experienced. It's good. It's good. Chapter 2. Along came a douchebag, a blood elf male. Now, hey, I'm not pointing any fingers, alright? I'm not pointing any fingers. Along came the blood elf male. I didn't say anything. I said not a word, not a bean. I didn't say a goddamn thing. I didn't say a thing. You can all do whatever you want. Our characters love to hang out in Silvermoon City, where we even had our own special waterfall to sit under and just talk. Hey, you can't sit there. That's our special waterfall. You can't sit there. Can you move, please? That's our special waterfall. That's our own special waterfall. You can't sit there. Move away. I need to level on RP. I need to be there. Oh, yeah. It was great to do so after leveling for a whole day. After a tough day's leveling, we'll go and chill by the waterfall. And our characters even got married at one point. She was the only blood elf to take an interest in my character, since he quite literally was a rotten corpse. So he's lucky. He's lucky. I mean, how does a beautiful blood elf like you fall for an old meat bag like me? This old bag of bones, hey? I'm such a lucky guy. This is the best day of my life. Yeah, at least I've got no trouble getting a boner. Oh, yeah. I literally was a rotten corpse with a jaw hanging out. Oh, you chose that undead male? Wrong. Any of you have the undead male with the jaw hanging off? No. Doing it wrong. It was not easy. Oh, okay. I need to prepare myself for this sentence. Since he quite literally was a rotten corpse with a jaw hanging out, it wasn't easy to socialise with other characters, as you can imagine. Can I imagine that? The hardships of being an undead male in an RP world. It's difficult making friends when your jaw's hanging out. It's all I'm going to say. You can imagine, right? You can sympathise with that. Guys, you're on my team, okay? You can sympathise with me. You can. As you can imagine, having my jaw fall out, nobody wanted to talk to me. No one wanted to talk to me. Word shortly spread about our marriage between a Forsaken and a Blood Elf Paladin. Oh, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, they went there. You went there. What are you talking about? You married a blood elf? You were forsaken and a blood elf? This is absurd! It's blasphemy! Blasphemy! Dirt! Dirty evildoer. A guild only consisting of blood elf paladins called the Ghosts of Silvermoon. I'm just making that up, but it is a guild of blood elf paladins. Gay! Wait a minute. You're a guild of only blood elf paladins? Gay! Came along to explain her betrayal to the order. They took it to the guild. They took it to the guild. They got serious about this. They took it to the guild. Excuse me, are you aware that a member of your guild has married one of our own? Without our permission? And she had to stop seeing me. This, of course, upset both me and my toon. I'm upset. My character's upset. Are you happy now? Are you happy? Me and my fucking toon are upset. Are you understanding where I'm coming from? You hear where I'm coming from? She was the only one not to make rude comments about worms sticking out of my eyeballs. God. Mother of God. I so want to be in an RP realm. It's so good. I quickly found out in secret that her toon was falling in love with a douchebag blood elf male. Paladin. Male blood elf male paladin. Chapter 3. Love hurts, but sweet revenge doesn't. This game, it's all going on. You guys don't even know. You think this drama about the world first? You haven't got a fucking clue. You haven't got a clue. I met a night elf druid on the Alliance faction through my alt trial account that I had made. We would talk a lot on MSN while having WoW running, and we would even do dailies together. How awesome is that, having a bro from another faction? It's pretty cool. That must have been a lot of questing. We later got this crazy idea of marking down targets that we would assassinate. He told me he would love to start out, and thus I gave him the name of the douchebag Blood Elf Paladin. I arranged on having the douchebag stay just outside the Silvermoon City gates, and quickly from the bush, my night elf bro jumped out on his cat form and took him down fast. The douchebag was still wearing his role-playing armor set. Ha 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 ha! Teach you role-playing fuck. That transmog, Mr. Ghost, got fucked by your old transmog, didn't you? Didn't have no HPs. Didn't have no HPs because there's no transmog around back then. Oh, transmog. If you wouldn't have cared about transmog, you'd still have been alive. Still have been alive. Nope. Gotta look suave, haven't you? Gotta look silky smooth. Silky smooth. Let that be a lesson to everybody. So there he was, dead and silent on the ground. I revealed myself to be the mad genius behind this plot. I'm an evil genius. I'm an evil genius. I am the mad genius. My plan has all come together. Behind this plot by fading out from stealth and laughing at him. Never mess with a rogue. Days passed, and I never really got any whispers from my friends, only those I talked with a lot. I decided to hit up one of my good friends on Whisper and quickly discovered I was being ignored. I said holy shit and started a level 1. A level 1 troll ASAP. I need to make a troll immediately. To message her what the hell was that for. I got no reply, and I found out soon that even my level 1 troll was on the ignore list as well. I checked the Realm forums after one of my friends told me there were talks behind my back. On the Realm forums? Not really behind your back. Just gonna say, if it's on the Realm forums, not behind your back. Doing it wrong. Doing it wrong. All the cool RP kids of the Realm were yelling out and hammering down the Alliance for breaking the RP rules. They even yelled out my name and told me I'd been exiled from the Horde. I simply replied, who decides on that? Are you the new war chief? Exiled from the Horde? Shit just got real, son. Cool RP kids. Lol. I like it. This is fucking brilliant. Exiled from the Horde. Exiled. That's no laughing matter. Is it? That's not funny. Jesus. Jesus Christ. From this point on, I wasn't well liked in my own faction. I found it pathetic. Oh, that's pathetic? Really? Special Waterfall, but this is pathetic? Really? I mean, I'm into some RP, but a special Waterfall? That people would ignore me instead of my tune. They're not... It's pathetic they're ignoring me as a person and not just that tune, right? That's what's wrong here. That's what's wrong. It's one thing to ignore my character, but to ignore me as a I didn't do it. It was the character. That's the whole point of RP, son. That's the whole point. Get it together. I spent some lonely days of leveling until I took a long break from WoW, never making it to raiding. However, a story always has a happy ending. Not if you met the girl I did in college. Nope. I met a group of friends later on that also play WoW, and I got to switch my character to their realm, and we're still playing to this day. I hope you enjoyed my story. I could have thrown in some more details and side stories, but for now, I really have to do my homework. Cheers, guys, and thanks for listening. Oh, it's a good story. It's good. I love RP stories. Please send me more. Please send me more. What happened to his wife? Nothing. She got off with the Blood Elf male. She got off with the Blood Elf male. What time are we on? 2:15. It's 2:15. This story I've got left is pretty long, and I am not sure if it's amazing. Yeah, we'll play it by ear. We'll play it by ear. We'll play it by ear. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm not sure. I haven't read through this one. It's my backup story. But let's fucking do it. Let's do it. Where loyalty gets you. Learn when to quit. I'll start this story a lot earlier than needed, just so I can laugh at my old server. I was a lonely scrub playing a hunter, got to level 59, and started being bored of my hunter. I decided to start, oh god, a death knight. The same one I'm still playing. Well done. Well done. Well done. I finished the Death Knight quest and decided for some reason I wanted to do all the low-level dungeons before I started leveling. While running to Wailing Caverns, dude, fuck you. Wow. Oh, wow. Finally, I can start leveling to Wailing Caverns. To Wailing Caverns. I asked if anyone wanted a boost. Oh, you're that guy. Never be that guy. Oh, man, you're that guy. You're the guy who's just rolled a DK and goes tanking without taunt. You're that guy. That's you. That's you. It's you. I know who you are. I've met you before. You're always in my Diamol runs. You're that guy. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I like the DKs that I don't even put any spells on the bars, right? Just go tanking fast dungeons, bro. Fast dungeons. Okay, we've got people in the story, which is good. Okay. Somebody replied, a druid. Who's going to be our druid? Let's have a look. I should just random the chat would be the easy way to do it. Who looks new? Oh, Kotash. You're relatively new. Be Kotash. Kotash can be in the story. Good stuff. Good stuff. Somebody replied, Kotash, a druid. I boosted him through to the point where he took over me in leveling. Wow. 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 Oh god, I was bad. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Once I dinged, it turned out that this Kotash was a high-end player in the server first guild and his ult on his ult and was helping his brother. and his brother's girlfriend to turn their casual guild into a raiding guild and help me learn the basics of raiding, starting in Nax. That's okay. That's alright. By the end of Ulduar, start of Tok, I was in the race for the top 3 guilds. That turned out quite well. Didn't it? That actually turned out quite well. That worked out alright. He met a guy, boosted him, turned out to be a really good player. Boosted him, got him into a good raiding side. Gay! Gay! That's pretty good. It worked out rather well. That worked out rather well. In Kotash's main guild, he told me I was too good to be in his brother's guild. You're too good for my brother. Come with me. This seems fast starting, raiding end of Nax, and being in the race for the top 3 server for Ulduar. Now let's skip forward to the Ice Crown Citadel and our hard progress race for the top 3 guilds on... Oh, of the race for the progress of the top 3 guilds. Suddenly a new guild appeared. Kreml Oh no. I'm going to say they're Estonian. A new guild appeared called Kreml High. The Estonian Devils. That had much higher progression. And they never socialised with any of the other guilds on the server, other than to steal some of their fellow Estonian players from top 3 guilds. Destroying one of them. You guys see through me like a mirror. I didn't say anything. The raiding community of our server was mad. You mad, bro? And lots of QQ led to a statement from GMs telling us that no guild that transferred here would be allowed a server first until they had been on the server for over a month. So Kreml High, the Estonian guild, has transferred to this relatively underdeveloped realm in order to steal the realm first. Not the first time we've seen that happen, is it? Not the first time. Happened to me on Balnazar. Guild just randomly appeared. No one knew who they were. Took everything. Good friends, though. Good friends. Our server had never had a single guild down a new barrack in Tok Heroic. A joint raid from the server top 2 had done it, but didn't trigger the server achievement. Back to the race for ICC, and 2 weeks in, Kreml High spammed the server with the server first achievement for the Lich King Heroic. That's painful, right? That is painful. That was painful. Oh, the new girls just took all the server first. That's great. This led to the server 3rd guild, to my guild, getting mad. Then to be spammed again about 30 minutes later with the server first, the noob Arak. Oh, extra salt in the wounds. I love it. My guild then went ultra QQ and many quit the game or changed server. I decided to quit as well. Yes, the whole guild basically quit and disbanded because of another guild transferring. You got owned so fucking hard. And you know what? Kreml High, Team Estonia, didn't give a shit. Didn't give a shit. They couldn't give a fuck. Oh, you're leaving the server? I don't give a fuck. I couldn't care less. Oh, we broke your guild. Ooh. They don't care. They couldn't give a shit. And that's what's the worst about it. They still don't fucking care. They still don't care. I heard about Cataclysm and came back to slash who my old guild. One person online whispered him to be told that only 3 people remained on the server from the original team and playing in the guild. I then dithered about with nothing to do, some pugs, and such as suddenly in a city, who do I see other than Kotash? He asked me to join his guild, a group of good players who plan to do 2 10-man raids called Blood and Team Law. Team Blood and Team Law from the guild Blood Law Society. The winner on progress got joke items paid for by the other team. Fuck that. Fuck, I ain't agreed to that. Fuck that shit. Cataclysm. I decided to start tanking on my DK. And the 2 10-mans were going well, and soon the suggestions of a 25-man started, and we tried it out, recruiting a few new players. Disaster struck. My 5 to 6 year old PC could not handle any AoE or most graphics. Being a tank, getting yelled at on TeamSpeak, don't stand in the green cloud, to reply, what green cloud? Some goggling and graphics tweak, some googling and some googling, it says goggling by the way, I can read. Some googling and graphics tweaks, and I learned I could turn up particle density and everything else down to see things on the floor. The next attempt to hear my guild sound amazed and laugh at me for 5 minutes when I say, oh my god, totems have graphic effects. Who's got graphics that bad? Who's got graphics so bad you don't know that totems have effects? Tell me that. Is that Genji? You? Oh, no. Genji. Me. Oh, man. Wow. Jesus. Jesus, that's terrible. That's fucking horrible. Oh, no. That's really bad. My problem's over. We went on to wipe a lot on 25-mans, and then a lot of people quit. Apparently there's less space to stand in 25-mans, and people couldn't spread or stack. This all happened as rumours over the next expansion. This all happened as rumours of the next expansion being pandas happened, and Battlefield 3 released. A large amount of our guild quit to play Battlefield 3. We then stabilised the guild and got an alright 10-man. So you lost like 15 people. And had just started pushing to create Team 2. A night when I was off somehow recruited 11 new players. And somehow they wasn't shit. I mean, they didn't stand in fire. And 3 of them could contend with our top DPSs. The rest was sitting kind of middle of the punch. Led by a shadow priest called... who's going to be the twat? I think we should have Ghosty. We'll have Ghosty. Well, no, Ghosty's in. We've had so many references to Ghosty so far, I think we'll have Ghosty. These players were led by a shadow priest called Ghost, who seemed like a nice guy, doesn't he just? He seems like such a nice guy. He seems like such a nice guy. And worked as a quality tester or something. At this point, I got incarcerated for possession of weed. Jesus, that escalated quickly. So, for weed, really? I'm a bad geek. It's about a lot of weed. It's a lot of weed. You were growing weed, that would make more sense. Skipping past that to when I got out. And Firelands was out. And the guild had downed 4 heroics, I think it was. Also finding out my account had been hacked and sold. And transferred to a different server. Wow. That's a bad day. I'm out. I'm free. I'm free. Gonna play me some WoW. It's not my server. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, shit. That's a bad day. That's like coming out and suddenly your wife's a lesbian. Oh, wait a minute. 3-way success. Silver linings and all. Silver linings. Silver linings. My guild had also transferred off the original shitty server, Shattered Balls, to Kazakh, quite a good server. After I got back and had sorted out my hacked account and had to do a paid transfer to Kazakh, I wanted to go back to my friends, you see, and I didn't want to take a free transfer as my account would have lost all the gear that the guy had been using my account had got. Well, I could do this. Or, thinking about it, what I can actually do is this. Oh, he's got good gear. So back in game with my damn female goblin DK. And the new nickname of Shorty from my guildies. We got through Firelands without drama. Then suddenly one night the guildmaster... Oh, Vanish is here. We needed you in a story earlier, Vanish. Sorry, no. Ramez. I love that name. Ramez. Ramez. And Ghost had an argument about me being an officer and Ghost not. I had been the tank officer all the time from when we converted to a 25-man, but had recently been promoted back to the position after coming back. Ghost's argument was he brought 11 people to our guild and had been helping since then. As well, maybe a good point, but it might be a good point. as well. We later found out how he brought 11 people all at once to our guild. He had been promoted officer of his old guild, and while their guild leader was on holiday, had told them that they were merging with us. Told everybody to whisper and join us. Good guy, Ghost. Good guy, Ghost. Guild leaders away. Guys, I didn't know if you know. We're transferring. We're having a guild merger. I like the idea that loads of people just whispered this guild to say, hey, it's merge day, invite us. And they did. They did. Apparently this had been discussed with a member of our guild. As if stealing half a guild's raid team wasn't enough, he then proceeded to kick every member of the old guild they came from, leaving just their guild master. Well done, Ghost. Well played. Transferred the 11 good players, kicked the rest of them out, and just left the guild master to his own guild. What a guy. Loktaroka! That Ghosty. That Ghosty. I'm sure that guild back came along with him as well. That guild back came along with him. So I innocently log in and start reading the stream of abuse flying backwards and forwards through guild chat. At first thinking they were joking, then realising, and when asking them to calm down, get a whisper from Ghost saying, fuck you, shut the fuck up, or I will hack your account again. Sounds legit. Taking this as bullshit, I told him to stop talking shit and asked what was going on. And then began to tell me how he, Ghosty, had hacked my email and reset my WoW account password to steal and sell it. Even telling me my old email's password, laughing his ass off at me an hour later, he left the guild with a load of our core raiders. Week from the chat. Sorry, the week from the chat. That's what I was doing. An honest thief. This guy sounds legit. Team Ghost. Team Ghost. My only way of revenge was screenshotting the chat of him telling me he hacked me, and then reporting him smugly, getting him a permaban on an account he had since the Burning Crusade, and changing my email and passwords in a paranoid rage. Oh, you got banned. Never pays to be a ghosty. Now with the guild in tatters and only a few of our old raiders left, and some trials that had no idea what had just happened, we started recruiting our team up again, with about 6 good players and the rest shitty being pulled along. 2 healers couldn't handle one side of Morchok Heroic. While our Holy Pally solo healed the other side, with nothing other than her own cooldowns. That Lady Paladin. Hawaii? Well played, Hawaii. Soon we fixed the problems and had a solid guild again, doing above average on our server. The top of the semi-hardcore casuals. Wow! Wow! We're the top of the semi-hardcore. The top of the semi-hardcore. Before you start getting into the good guilds racing for server first. Good place to be. Good place to be. At this time, Ramez watched a YouTube documentary on Blood Legion. How to be a world top guild. I've seen that documentary. It's not very good. It's not. I can't. What was it called? Is it just called The Race to World First? It's got that Blood Legion guy giving the fucking talk at BlizzCon. That guy. Race to World First. What a terrible fucking video. Terrible fucking. But yeah, it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. It was well cheesy though. It was really cheesy. It's like, it's so bizarre. It's so weird. Because we're gonna get it this time, guys. I'm good. And then he leaves the guild. Yeah, alright. And then he like disappears. It's so good. And his dad's like, yeah, I don't know. He plays games or something. I don't know. He had that guy. He had that guy who wouldn't tell his friends he played WoW. He had like a coming out dinner. Remember that? He's like sat with his friends. He's like, guys, I play WoW. And his friends were like, no, okay. Okay. Oh, but apparently it inspired Ramez. He logged on and announced at the end of our next raid, we are going for world first. Good luck with that. Yeah, fuck server first, fuck EU first. Let's just go straight from mid-top level casual to fucking world first. And told people if they didn't want to be hardcore, he must have read it like the most inspirational video ever. He sat there watching this documentary. He's in a semi-casual, hardcore, middle-of-the-road raid realm guild. He's like, I can do this. To world first, people! Get around. Gather round. Logs in like he's just watched Rocky. That's all I can think of. He's just watched Rocky. He told people if they didn't want to be hardcore and raid more, then find a new home. This, of course, was at the same time as he found a girlfriend. Oh, who's going to be the lady in the guild? Lady in the guild. Who's sexy? Ramez? Ramez. Pick your girlfriend. Go on. I'll let you do it, Ramez. Ramez, you choose. Go on, Ramez. Who's your girlfriend? 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 1. Point 5. Yeah, let's never do that again. That didn't work. Zeagults! That didn't work. Let's not do that again. I thought that kind of be funny, but it didn't work. Okay. He's like, oh, the pressure. Let's never do that again. What an experiment. An experiment nevertheless. Okay. He also found a girlfriend by the name of Zeagults. Zeagults was a rogue who said she wouldn't play sub as she couldn't play that spec, even though it was the best DPS spec at the time. Our guild again lost most of our good and original raiders. The guy who had been there since before I joined. Once again, we were in the shit, and soon it began rolling around it with their mouth open. Ramez started remodeling the guild with 6 raiders left. We're going for world first. 2 left shortly after. The remodeling was to make us the same as Blood Legion, with 3 guild masters in a 10-man guild. We will be the same as Blood Legion. We need 3 guild masters. That's how they did it. 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 Blood Legion is so good because they have 3 guild masters. It was in the documente. That's how it happened. 3 guild masters and some social caring officer whose job it was to tell the guild master when they were being ignorant twats. Okay, I don't remember that. Whatever. So guess who becomes the 2nd guild master? Zeagults. Zeagults, then the social officer, is announced. It's our holy paladin. To this day, the best pally healer I've ever seen. And a week went by with a bunch of arguments. Our holy paladin and social officer a bunch of arguments. Our holy paladin and social officer. Oh, who's going to be the holy paladin? Oh, Mr. Paladin Law. Mr. Paladin Law. You're going to be the best holy paladin he's ever seen. Our holy paladin, Mr. Paladin Law. Although it's a girl, Mr. Paladin Law. She was vital to the guild, carrying any other healer we had found for a long time. Was not shy of telling the new 2 guild masters that what they was doing was idiotic. I, being friends with Mr. Paladin Law and the group of raiders behind her, and being a long-time friend of Ramez, who had pissed off everybody except his precious lady, was in the middle of the arguments. Sounds like a great guild. Good decisions. When I say in the middle, Paladin Law and her merry band being right, and Ramez, who had worked on the guild hard and fixed it so many times, and who I had a lot of loyalty to, and I knew where he was coming from. I had been in the server race for first and loved it. So had he, and he now wanted to go back to his old glory instead of putting the effort into keeping the others happy. This is the biggest sentence ever. Put into raiding hardcore and going for server or world first. So is the man in the middle. What better for a diplomatic move of the new 2 guild masters to make me the 3rd guild master? Right, so we've got Ramez, Mr. World First, Mr. Holy Paladin Law, who realizes it's moronic, and our author, right in the middle, who's playing for both teams. That's a Devil's 3-way. That is the ultimate Devil's 3-way. I'd been tank officer and such for a long time, but all that meant was telling a tank that he was tanking first, or with trials giving a little advice to do this, or to plan to tell a tank to stop being shit. All this was raid issues, now thrown into the middle, and it felt like trying to keep peace on the Gaza Strip. For a long time, I managed the situation until we got to Ultraxian Heroic, the ultimate noob test. We spent over a month here with a constant stream of trials being told they were shit or kicked for being good and leaving for a new guild once they had some gear. As we would still be wiping on Ultraxian Heroic. Nice, you became a feeder guild. Love it. So, still on Ultraxian Heroic. And the first raid night I hadn't been there in the entire time of Dragon Soul, they got in a pug tank to take my place. Everything went to hell. I logged in the next day to be instantly spammed with 5 whispers from Ramez, the good lady, Good Raider 1, Good Raider 2, Shitty Raider 1, I won't say their names as I won't use them again, good man, and a stream of bribery, arse-licking and bullshit from both sides trying to get me to pick a side. All the raiders that whispered me had left, and the 2 other guild masters were informing me of this and how out of order they were. While the raiders were telling me what the guild masters had done. One day I wasn't on. One day, and a nuke went off in the guild that I had been holding together. With the streams of shit coming through, I worked out the raiders. This is very difficult to read, I apologise. I worked out the raiders wouldn't be coming back. And Ramez would never let them come back, as they had been so rude. After about half an hour and still getting told what had happened from so many viewpoints, I was questioning if we had a 25-man. Trials and socials had started asking me about what had happened, and when I said I don't know, had proceeded to tell me. Holy Paladin Law then logged on. She then proceeded to get me onto TeamSpeak and pasted in a transcript. She transcribed it. What a noob. You don't transcribe, okay? You're taking it too fucking serious. You're taking it too if you're transcribing stuff, you're doing it wrong. A transcript of an entire log of the night. After reading it, it turned out that Holy Paladin Law had said she could only stay for 2 hours of the 3-hour raid. The raid was pre-warned. The good lady had guilt-tripped her into staying and being an hour late for a friend's party, and had then blamed her for not hand-protecting her for the one-shot move. 2 people had to soak. It's magic. Yeah, I was just going to say, that's magic damage. You didn't hot me for the magic damage. The argument then started between them, leading to Zeagolt's saying something about Holy Paladin's therapy. Oh, no. Zeegolt started saying something about Holy Paladin's therapy she was having. In response, Holy Paladin Law had ripped into her, abusing her for whoring herself out to Ramez to get Guildmaster. Bitch fight! Bitch fight! Woo! Purpling! We got a bitch fight, people. Everybody gather round. Get your baby oil ready. Someone blow up a pool. Let's throw in some mud. It then got into a big bitching match between Holy Paladin's merry band and the Guild Masters. Yeah! Someone get the jello! Someone get the jello! Get the pudding! It's amazing how quickly someone can blow up a swimming pool if there's a bitch fight going on. This led to almost all the raiders leaving and Holy Paladin Law quitting the guild after it explained to me being the only one, to be honest. Out of respect to the old times I had with the guild, I rebuilt it again with Ramez and Zeegolt telling them once it's up and running I'll get a replacement and leave. Do you pick up the soap a lot? I'm just going to say, it sounds like you pick up the soap a lot, because that is a pussy move. That's a pussy move right there. That's grabbing the soap. That's soap grabbing. That's all that is. I'll stay and rebuild the guild and then I'll leave. No. I taught 2 players how to tank before leaving the server to escape the conflict, and I'm now reigning in a semi-hardcore guild in the top 500 on WoW Progress. And there's nothing better than being in a guild as a raider and not dealing with all the shit. And I might not be a goblin again, but sadly, I am now Alliance. Oh, ah well, ah well. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. Wow, interesting twists of events. A lot of stuff charging in. A lot of stuff charging in today. How is that sad? The guild broke up 6 times. The guild broke up 6 times. 6 goddamn times. That's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. Well, that is the end. That is an hour and a quarter, and I'm done. I want to play some games now. I want to play some games. Good drama. Good drama. The RP stuff, magnifique. I love the RP drama stories. I can't wait for more. I can't wait for more. That's me for Drama Friday. You all have a story to tell, every single one of you in the chat right now. If you'd like to submit your story, you send it to drama@preachgaming.com. PDF preferred. Only kidding. Anything that I can actually open properly. .dat files, like I received this week, questionable at best. Questionable at best. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm not sure what streaming is going over the weekend, but I am streaming immediately after this. I'll take my usual 5-minute break, and then I will be streaming. I think we'll play some more Binding of Isaac. It was quite fun yesterday. Other than that, I will see you again on Monday. Of course, the guys might be streaming over the weekend, maybe even myself, depending if we get some free time. It is a bank holiday on Monday, so we'll see what happens then. Other than that, have a wonderful weekend. Make sure you do something fun, and I will see you then. Take it easy, guys. Be good.